Hi, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Gil Soffer. I'm the CCO of DIGITAIN Malta. Today, DIGITAIN Group is one of the leaders in Sportsbook. We have a trading team of 1,500 traders. By the way, in DIGITAIN, you have 5,000 employees. Most of them are based in Armenia, in Yerevan. But we do have an office today in Romania. We're building an office in Malta. So today DIGITAIN is a powerhouse, and we have multiple products not only in sportsbook but also casino. We have GALAXSYS for casino content, from crash games to slot games. We have a lot of fast games, our own creations. We have Imagine Live, which is a live dealer. We have an 8th-floor studio in Yerevan. We have 4 floors in Bucharest. We are positioned today to be one of the leaders in live dealer as we are in the casino segment. We have virtual sports. We have Relum, which is one of the biggest aggregators in the market. We have over 450 suppliers. So I think that if you check the size of the aggregators in the market, Relum is one of the biggest. So we have great products.
Let's imagine someone who intends to launch a new sportsbook, a new brand, and they have a modest budget. Why should they consider Digitain? What's the special that you can offer to them, to this type of client?
First of all, I think that the market is going regulated. The compliance is quite difficult. Every country has its own regulations. If you look at Italy, it's quite complex. So I think that you need a sports book that is international, that has licenses, that is able to go into your different markets.
Now, what about that client who is an established gambling brand, but they do not have a sportsbook offering? Why should they consider your solution?
Because I think that today you can't concentrate on one segment. You need everything. So that's why if you're going to work with Digitain, you might as well take our Centrivo platform. And then, as I said, you get all the products. You get the casino products, you get the sportsbook. You can cross-sell between the products. If you're looking for payments, so we have a great payment gateway. And I think that it's not a question of just having a sportsbook. You need the good sportsbook to make money, because it's a competitive industry, and you need to align yourself, with a provider that can offer everything. And Digitain is the right choice.
You have other brands as well. For example, GALAXSYS offer a number of crash games, including Chicken Crash Game, which you just launched here yesterday at Sigma Central Europe. Can you tell us about the game and what else is on the 2026 roadmap for this type of games?
Yeah, I think that GALAXSYS is an easy one because I worked in GALAXSYS for 3 years. When I joined GALAXSYS 3 years ago, we just had a handful of games. Today we have 40 to 50 games. We started out with crash games, and like I said before, now we have the full array specter of casino games, including fast games, bingo lottery games, slot games, etc. We produce 2 to 4 new games every month, which I don't think there are a lot of studios out there that are capable of doing that. We innovate, which is quite different from many other studios which just copy, because you have to be big enough to innovate, because you're taking a risk with a new concept which is not tested. So if you're not big enough, you're not able to do it. And GALAXSYS is. We displayed some of the games here. Of course, everybody's invited to see them. They are great games, great features. The math is quite important in these kind of games. I think that when you develop games, you need the experience. You can't just come with AI and copy games. It doesn't work. You need the creative team, you need the experience. There's an experience curve. which is quite important.
And when you talk about creativity, your other brand, Imagine Live, that you mentioned, also plays into that.
Most of the suppliers out there have basic languages. They don't have any certifications in regulated markets. They have very small studios, which is completely different from Imagine Live. Plus, we have also shows, which other live dealer suppliers don't have. We have 4 to 5 shows, which are doing very well, which attracts a lot of customers. So I think that we invest a lot of marketing. When you go to Yerevan and see our studios, you will see that first of all, everything is managed by AI. We work a lot with our live dealer team. We invest a lot in them. We have multiple languages. We have local languages. For example, in Brazil, I don't think you can go into Brazil with an English-speaking dealer. You need not only Portuguese, but you need the local Brazilian, and we have it.
And on top of that, you also have the game aggregation service through Relum, right? Which is also a huge benefit, I believe. Why did you decide to offer game aggregation as a service as well?
Because again, it started out as basically integrating suppliers for B2C, and then we saw that we're growing in the number of suppliers. And like I said, having worked in an aggregator in my previous experience, I can tell you that having 450 different suppliers is something that we're probably the biggest aggregator out there.
What makes DIGITAIN's aggregation different or stronger than the competition that we can see around here?
I think that the flexibility and the number of suppliers and the fact that we are certified in the different markets. I think that if you look at the aggregation landscape, first of all, I think that we're number one in the number of suppliers. I think we're number one in the number of jurisdictions. And I think that our business model is quite flexible.
What 2026 holds for your roadmap?
Listen, 2026 is going to be a great year because, commercially, when you prepare a year, you prepare it in advance. And I know the markets we're going into, for example, Italy. Italy is a major market. I think that today we have certifications for Imagine Live, for GALAXSYS, and today we work with the major aggregators and the tier 1 operators in Italy. So I think that since we are in Italy, I think 2026 is the Italian year, where I think DIGITAIN will get quite a big market share of the Italian market across all products.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.